Honda is rumored to be joining NASCAR. Are they going to be the fourth manufacturer to join our beloved sport? And actually, are they only coming if NASCAR decides to go to hybrid engines? Let's talk about it here next on Stuck in the Catch Fence. What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining Stuck in the Catch Fence. This is another part of the series, Let's Talk About It. If you've enjoyed the previous Let's Talk About It, do me a favor. Down below you, there's a like and subscribe button. I'd be honored if you to do that, and you can stick with us for our live streaming, betting, and everything else. But let's go ahead and get right into the main subject. Let's Talk About It is a series where we go through and talk about the current things in NASCAR, give some thought, whether it be a driver, a team, NASCAR news, whatever it may be. So now it's been rumored, and let me preface this by it's been rumored that NASCAR and Honda are in talks. That Honda may be the fourth team. And I know what you're saying. All you Dodge fans out there, like, yeah. We've heard this story before. We've heard that they're coming. Yeah. BMW fans, we've heard this story before. But let's sit there and think about it. Does it make sense for Honda to come into NASCAR racing as the fourth manufacturer, joining Toyota, Chevy, and Ford? Well, I mean, what is Honda doing right now in the worldwide motorsport landscape? Well, they currently have the best Formula One engine for Red Bull. There's nobody stopping them right now. Max Verstappen only won his first race by over 20 seconds. They currently have one of the two manufacturers in Indy Car. And, worldwide sales for the average street car for Honda are doing well as well. One of the most, I think, well-received, critically received manufacturers, especially from a reliability standpoint, out of all of them in the entire world. But it also got me thinking, what is different with NASCAR than, say, Formula One, than, say, IndyCar, than, say, whatever else that Honda dives itself into? Well, IndyCar in 2024 will be using a hybrid engine, and Formula One already uses a hybrid engine. So would Honda only be interested in joining NASCAR if the next-gen car moves to a hybrid engine? And I sat there and I was like, well, I don't really know. What scared off the other manufacturers, from joining in? Well, I think a lot of it was the current landscape of the automobile industry as a whole. Electric vehicles were pushed. Now, if you are like myself, you knew that was going to be a colossal failure because, well, the technology does not support electric vehicles right now. It does not help the grid to plug an electric vehicle in so that a coal power plant can power it. It also don't have the same capabilities that are, necessary for today's average gas-powered vehicles. Just another way for the government to produce some alternative type of energy that they can make money at because they're the ones funding such projects. That's a different story for a different day. However, hybrids are a different animal. Hybrids have been able to show that they produce fast racing, competitive racing, reliable racing, and have been on the scene for a while now. This is not a newfound technology that would be entering the motorsport world. It would be from a NASCAR standpoint, and I know there's going to be plenty of people, as soon as they see this thumbnail, are going to lose their godforsaken minds when they see that hybrids possibility of moving into NASCAR. It's something they don't want to talk about. Now, I've been one of those that doesn't matter to me. I think the engine is going to move forward. We've done what we can with technology, and I think that hybrids are going to be the future of this sport. I think you don't lose a lot by moving to hybrid. Now, I'm going to let you judge for yourself. If you're an IndyCar fan, I'm sure that you've heard of an IndyCar before, but let me know if this IndyCar, based upon a test, sounds any different than any IndyCar you've ever heard. This will be the 2024 IndyCar with the new hybrid engine. Now, again, did you notice anything different? I didn't notice anything different. I mean, to me, it sounds similar. Now, I'm not an IndyCar aficionado. I can't sit there and say that it's completely the same. There may be a little bit of a growl or a thunder there missing that, is usually there. But from my perspective, I don't see something that much different. So the next question is, well, if Honda's only going to join because they want to continue to make hybrid motors, like where are we at in the landscape of hybrid motors on other things? Where to all the other manufacturers that are already in NASCAR sit? Well, I think the first thing we would have thought was Chevy was bringing a hybrid motor into the Le Mans. I will say that. Seems like Chevy kind of is behind the curve, mainly because they probably spent all their money into electric vehicles that they have since abandoned. But looking since 2023, the fifth manufacturer in hybrid vehicles for everyday consumer use is Honda. Going to third place is Ford. And the number one manufacturer based on sales for hybrid vehicles is Toyota. Okay. So that just leaves out Chevy, which then brings me to this. Chevy and Honda share a plant in Michigan together. And now they're both going together to now co-develop a new fuel cell system using hydrogen. So if anybody could help Chevy come with a hybrid engine, it would be Honda. So is it really that unrealistic for NASCAR to move to hybrid engines if Honda decides to come in? Is this an actual sticking point for Honda to join NASCAR? Does NASCAR and Honda only make an agreement if today's gas-powered cars are switched to hybrid engines? I think that's a realistic possibility. And I also think this is something that NASCAR's wanted to move towards for a while now. I think there's a lot of hesitation among the fans, but whenever you decide to move in to a new direction, a lot of NASCAR fans don't like change. I mean, I'm the first guy to tell you I didn't like the Chicago street circuit and how excited I was for North Wilkesboro. In terms of entertainment value, those were completely backwards. North Wilkesboro was a snooze fest. Chicago street course was a complete success. It's hard. We don't like change. Like Stewie Griffin says, I don't like change. NASCAR fans don't like change. That doesn't mean that it won't be a successful transition that we may not ever notice. I mean, that we could literally go to the track and never tell a difference. Now, what I will concede is that if NASCAR does go to hybrid, to make this a better transition for all parties and fans, the first thing they could say is with a hybrid engine, we can go to 900 horsepower. If NASCAR did that while announcing the Honda thing at the same time, they could deflect to Honda that Honda bears the brunt of being the new team, and that's the reason why we had to bring in hybrids. But at the same time, we're bringing in 900 horsepower. That's what the technology with hybrid allows us to do. That's a bit of a step back that I think NASCAR fans, including myself, would go, all right, let's do it. Bring her in. Might sound a little different, but I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of sound for something that probably is very minute and faint, not the average fan will ever be able to tell, for more horsepower for a possible better product. I think we should all come to that agreement that would be a good trade-off. So let me know in the comments below. Do you think NASCAR moving to hybrid engines would be something you support? Would it take an agreement like increased horsepower? Would you welcome Honda, or will it just be another Japanese manufacturer that's absolutely hated among the Americans in NASCAR? I'd love to know below. Again, if you would like to, you can like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to find other ways to support us, we're on Facebook, Patreon, and Rumble as well. This has been another episode of Let's Talk About It. My name is Ryan Peters for here at Stuck in the Catch Fence. Thank you guys for all you do. We'll see you in the next video. God bless.